Alright, hey guys, I'm Bradu. Let's play some Stranger Things Shadowdark. I think I'm on the fourth session here, and we discovered last time that we would be going through this door. So as the party comes in, we didn't hear anything. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to show that. Uh, let's listen in. Oh, we already did the listen check, didn't we, at the end of the last session? I don't remember what happened. We can go in. We can go in. Let's give a listen, actually. Because if I did listen, it would have been that door because I forgot. I don't think that's good enough to hear anything. So, because I know what's making noise in here, I don't think we hear anything. So, we pop in here. Tara will lead the way, of course. And there's all this cloudy stuff in the room. Low fog pervades this eerily quiet chamber. Oh, let's make it so you can see at least. How about that? Maybe that would help. Goodness, I'm almost off the table. Um, a stone altar rises from the center of the floor. Oh, right here. And from under the table, we hear this noise that says, "Aha! You found me! Here I are!" And he pops out. It's our good buddy Flizzlebin. Under here. Yeah, we get it. We're not falling for that one again. So he says, "You found me. Uh, it's it's dangerous in here though. There's a monster I wasn't expecting. I know I promised a reward, but I need you to defeat the monster before I can get you your reward." What? That's a bunch of BS. Nog speaks. I think Nog's the speaker for the group mainly because I feel more comfortable doing a gruff voice like a dwarf. Um, but that's what the book says, so there's not much we can do about that. Uh, I feel like that's wrong. Like that's what I was gonna do. Like it just says he says it just says in the book if you find him before you clear the dungeon essentially, then he says, "I know I promised you a reward, but I can't give it to you yet." But that's a bunch of crap. So I'm going to try to convince him otherwise. So we'll have Tear. Tear's actually our speaker and our leader. Tear's gonna say, "Look at me, eye to eye, man to man, gnome to halfling. You promised us a reward. We found you, and we found you. We'll get you out of here alive. But you've got to give us the reward first, and then we'll come back for you. You hide out here, and when we're ready to help you escape, we will." I'm gonna just do a. So here's the thing 5e, you would do a persuasion check. I could do that with charisma. Let's do it as a reaction roll. That's more the Shadowdark way. So he's got a +2 to his charisma. So I'm going to say if I get a 10 or higher, he'll agree. 5. Not even close. So he says no, no, no. You've got to defeat the monster and then I'll give you the treasure. That's the only way. So should we kill him? Nah. We're not going to do that. All right, we'll go defeat the monster. Additionally, however, in this room, on the top of the altar, there is a little dismembered hand grasping an hourglass half filled with black sand and adorned with bone spindles. Very creepy, right? The sand defies gravity, flowing to the top of the bulb. Let's have, rather than do this check here, I'm just going to roll to see which character goes to look at it. One, two, three. That third character is Lady Applejack. She's kind of our treasure person, so she'll go check it out. And she hears, if she inspects closely, she can hear tick tock, tick tock. There's a sound of a ticking clock coming from the hourglass. And then, bong, a baleful chime. The hourglass then cracks. The sand spills out, revealing a mummified eye that was in the lower bulb. What would a mummified eye look like? I don't even know. Nobody else heard the sound, just her. Let's do a DC 12 intelligence check for Flizzle. Jeez Louise. Will the Wise. He knows, he's our intelligent character. He knows what this symbol is. It symbolizes Vecna, who is a powerful lich, feared throughout Grey Hawkins, which we'll get to Grey Hawkins. This is actually all taking place in Grey Hawkins, which is kind of a fun meld of Greyhawk and Hawkins from Stranger Things. So we need to... Okay, so Flizzlebin, you stay here, hide under this table like a wimp, and we will come back for our reward when we are ready. When we've earned it, apparently. So let's see. Let's go back out here. Oh, we need a torch timer and all that jazz, don't we? Hey, you don't get to come with us. We'll go back out here. We'll set a torch. Ah, not a torch. I totally overlooked this. I was busy lighting torches to burn down spider webs, which ironically may come back into play. But I forgot that I actually have the light spell with Will the Wise. So he's going to cast the light spell, or try to. 10 is good. So we've got light. We don't need a torch timer this time. We actually have light, which is a full hour. I think that should work. I think that means we should actually have light for an hour, not be on a random timer like a torch that might go out. And on that note, he's also going to cast... Bless me. Whew, sorry. He's also going to cast Mage Armor. I didn't take good enough notes. I have this kind of maybe feeling that I lost Mage Armor. I can't remember. But I'm not positive, so let's go ahead and treat it like we didn't lose it. And 8 is a +5 he's got. So he's got Mage Armor and Light Spell going. And now let's see where we want to go. 1, 2, 3 doors to choose from. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We will head down this hallway, where we by now, I think, can tell, as you guys can too, that this map mirrors this is the upside down that mirrors the dungeon. So this is where the goblins were above land. This is where the gnolls were. I actually think this map is supposed to be flipped, but it's really confusing because look at this. This says dungeon right side up here, but if you look in the actual book that shows the maps, it shows them side by side like this. Don't look yet because we don't know it all, but dungeon, and then it shows this down here, and it has this map flipped. So it's supposed to be flipped, right? It's confusing. I think I ended up flipping it back this way because whatever. Anyway, we can tell that it's like that. How do I keep... Oh, let's just go back like this. We don't need that anymore. So we're going to go... There we go. We're going to go down this hallway. And we're going to listen in. That's a Tear's job. And he would hear something if there's loud noises, but I don't think there's loud noises coming from this room. Is there any noise? I don't believe so. What is it? Nope, that's not it. Okay. Hmm. Okay, let's just show it. Maybe. We come in here. Tears first. Nog will come in. The other two will be. I don't have enough room to come in, really. An unholy forge dominates this grim chamber. Caustic fumes waft from its icy hearth, which swirls with a faintly glowing pale green slurry. Skulls. Oh, pale green slurry. Skulls bob along the liquid surface. Oh, there's a picture of it here. Cool. Skulls and stuff. This room mirrors the Forge of Gibbletrex, yada yada. And then they notice a shadow start to move from behind the forge as our friend, the Demogorgon, begins to emerge, and we roll initiative. It's coming to attack. And I wish that our... We're just going to do that. Ta-da. Initiative. 12 for the Demogorgon, 7 for us. So he leaps out, and he's got... he's got the 2 in front. So let's just go, does he attack Tear or Nog? 1, 2, 3 is Tear. He goes after Tear. He's going to try and bite his head off again. I got to get his... There we go. Got to get his card out. He goes for the bite first. He tries to bite Tear's head. 10 plus 5. I think that's a hit. Oh, it is exactly. So he again bites Tear in the head for 2 damage. Not too bad on the damage. Not great either. And does he get the... I got to do a strength check to try to avoid being grabbed by the... It's going to try and wrap it around. Oh no! Strength. Nat 1. Where's the halfling lucky reroll? Nat 1. What would a nat 1 be in this case? His head is bitten off? No, I'm kidding. But I think nat 1 is certainly bad. He grips his head again. And this time it's so bad that he's got to roll at disadvantage to escape. Let's say that, because then that one has to have some extra consequence in my estimation in my game. And on that note, he's also going to attack with the claw, and I think he's going to attack Tear. 11 plus 5 is a hit for 1d6. This could be bad news right here. Real bad news. 6. Oh no. Max damage. Is that it? Tear's down. So he spits Tear out because he swipes Tear and Tear goes down to 0 hit points. And he just spits him out like that. And that's his turn, I think. Would he move again? Well, he did move to come out there, so... Oh, Lord. Nog, I think, has to go for the heal. Nog has to go for the heal. So he's going to try to heal Tear and plug up the hole. Let's not do that yet. Let's have Lady Applejack go. She's going to slip past on the other side and go around. And she's going to try to... maybe try to stab him. I don't see a way that she's going to be able to use her bow here, frankly. because at any point she's right next to him. So I'm going to use her dagger. It's a +3 to attack. Misses. But she's going to make her way behind the forge and duck down. Hope to be forgotten about. Nog is then. We're in bad shape. Nog is going to try to heal Tear. 9. Ooh, that's close, but it's a +4. He's good. He heals Tear for 2 points only. So Tear is back up, but healed with 2 points. And he's going to stay right there. Can Will the Wise do much? I've got Mage Armor and I've got Sleep. I suck. It sucks because Mage Armor's already going, but I don't have very much he can do to help out in combat. So I think the only thing he's going to do maybe is, even though he's got light going, let's say I cast light, but I forgot to cast it on something. He's going to cast light on his staff. He's also going to light a torch at this point because it gives him a chance to help. So he'll light a torch. That's what he's going to do on his turn. And you know what? He's going to light a torch and he's going to try to throw it over Nog's head at the Demogorgon. I'll give him an attack. He can use his dex because it's thrown. 10 +1, I think, is an 11. That is not enough. It has a higher AC than that. So, is anything going to happen? I guess it doesn't do anything. I guess the torch, though, might. Does it land in the forge? So the torch gets hurled over Nog's head. Does it land inside the forge? I'm going to just make that a random, on a high number. It is. Yes. But, or yes and. Yes. I want to make that a yes, but it doesn't go out. It lands in the forge and like kind of ignites even more inside the forge, which is, the forge is like, what does it say? Caustic fumes wafting from it, swirls with a faintly glowing pale green. I'm going to say that when it hits the forge, it like lights up and flames in flames. So the forge kind of lights up in flames, I think. Went. Tear has not gone. He's been healed 2 hit points. And I think what I am going to do with him is go invisible. When he's going to pull a move kind of like Lady Applejack and run around the back of the thing so that he can come in for an attack. So I'm going to turn invisible and come around and attack with his greatsword. And because he's invisible, he gets advantage. Oh, this happens every time. A 7 and a 4, even an advantage. When a character pops up from being downed, they suck at whatever they try to do. I think that's the Shadowdark world trying to tell me they can't just pop up and join the action. They have to lose their turn while they're recouping or whatever. Maybe I shouldn't allow myself to attack on those situations. So it didn't work. We've all gone. He's invisible, though. The invisible doesn't go away like on an attack because just the way it reads in Shadowdark. At least that's the way I play it. He's invisible for 3 rounds. So this is the first of the 3 rounds. That means right now The Demogorgon doesn't see him, doesn't see Lady Applejack, and has Nog in the way to get to Will, so he's going to attack Nog with his bite. And that's a miss. And his claw. That's a miss. Sweet. All right. We've got him rattled somewhat. I'm trying to think if I have a clever thing to do here. We haven't wounded it at all yet, have we? Lady Applejack is hidden. She's going to try to stealth. So remember, my house rule here is that in order to trigger the backstab, she has to pass an 18 stealth check. She's got a +4? No, +3 on her dex. So not good enough. So she tried. She still can attack, just not with the backstab. So, and again, I said she can't really get a clear attack with her bow. So she can try to stab him with her dagger. Uh-oh. And that's a miss. We're having a hard time, aren't we? Oh, I hear my daughter. Uh-oh. She's probably just going to run into my bed and sleep there. Oh, well. What can we do with Will the Wise? He threw his torch. I don't really feel like I can say he's got another torch. Oh, I know what he's going to do. I have him carrying our potion of healing. Should he give it to Tear? Maybe. No, I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I think I'm just gonna have him hold where he's at. Can he do anything? I don't have a great idea for him right now. Lady Applejack went. Let's have Tear attack. Now he's still at advantage, actually. 18-20. Nat 20. Woo! All right, Nat 20 is huge. 12 plus 12. Just 2d12, right? Plus 2d4. Ooh, I'm going to roll it all at once. We got massive damage here. Massive damage, hopefully. We have 12, 12, and 4. 28 damage. 22 hit points. One shot kill with the flaming greatsword. That is awesome. I rolled 2 12s. Max damage on both D12, and that is a kill shot. He absolutely obliterates. Maybe in his... he's going to leap up and cut off the Demogorgon's head. With that kind of an attack, he's going to use that greatsword and absolutely cut the head off the thing. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and it slumps over. The only sucky thing about it is this thing is supposed to be dangerous as hell, and it is. But that was crazy. That is some serious damage. So Tear grabs the head, and it's still kind of like making noises and twitching and stuff. It's just for fun. We're going to huck the body into the forge so it dissolves, so there's no chance. Like, we know that it regenerated before. We don't want that to happen. So we're going to throw it into the forge, and it's just going to, like, just go away. Wow. Let's see if there's anything else going on in this room that I need to worry about. I don't think so. Which is kind of funny because this is like the main, the big bad of the dungeon, but there's no treasure here. But what we do now know is we throw his body in there, but we take his head, and Tear is going to carry his head back over and give it to Flizzleblin and say, "Well, Flizzleblin, we have something for you," and just throw it at his feet. And he's going to go, "Ah! Disgusting! How? What? How? I don't. You did it. You killed it." "That's right. Did you ever doubt us? You never should doubt us again." My halfling voice is ridiculous for him. It would work for. I'm going to use that voice another time for another halfling character, but it's silly for a, strong paladin. Anyway, he's going to give us his cap. He says, "Well, I promised you a reward. Here is my cap. Once per day, if you put it on, you may disappear. I don't remember what it is. I think it's should we call it Cap of the Halfling? It's supposed to be, of course, 5e. It's like 3 times per day. Yeah, 3 times per day is way too powerful in Shadowdark. So he does have a little cap on, which is part of the reason I picked this mini to be Flizzlebin. Gosh darn it, it still didn't. So, who's going to take our cap? Who would be our invisible person? Not Tear, because he already has the ability to go invisible. And maybe not Lady Applejack. Well, maybe it should be her. I don't know. I don't think it should be Nog. I think it should be either Lady Applejack or Will the Wise. But anyway, we will go ahead and take that. Here's the question, the big question I have. There's still 2 rooms to clear? Should we clear the dungeon for the sake of clearing the dungeon? Or, since we got what we came for, would we leave? I'll just leave that up to fate. On a high roll, do we stay and continue clearing the dungeon? For treasure. Ooh, 11. Yes. Yes, but. Maybe that's yes, but. I was going to say yes, but first we get Flizzlebin out of here. But that won't really do anything thematically. We'll just let him go. Sometimes I do but or and. Yes, and. But I don't really have anything for that. But let's go ahead and end this session here, and we'll do one final session in this dungeon to clear it all out, I think. There's 2 more rooms, I believe. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Bradu. Here's our hero of the day, Tear the Paladin. He might need an upgraded mini now that he's got a great sword. Hopefully he can afford better armor. I do like the shield, though. That's cool. Apparently has the hand of Vecna on it. Alright, check back for one more session of this dungeon.